G'day, this is Simon at South OC Cars and Coffee. I'm with Chris, who has been a previous Car of the Week winner. In fact, when we had Chip Foose here, I actually reached out to Chris and said, hey, can you bring one of your cars, which is an amazing 1970 Fastback Mustang. Been a Car of the Week winner, go back and check it out. This car, when he pulled in today, I was super excited. I've been following the build on Instagram, Ruffian Cars, make sure to follow them. And then seeing the shots at SEMA. This is, I have to say, one of my favorite cars we've ever had at the show. What is it, mate?
It's a 64 Galaxy 500, and then it's on a full race car chassis.
You check this thing out. It is absolutely incredible. And I'll tell you what, nothing I do here will do this thing justice. This car, I'm almost lost for words, which anybody that knows me is that doesn't happen very often. What was the inspiration? What made you decide to do this car?
Yeah, so I first started shopping 64 Galaxies because it's my dad's favorite car. And
Yep.
I built a couple for me, and I kind of wanted to build something that he was into.
Yep.
But I really had a hard time figuring out a theme. And
Yep.
then I found Goodwood, and I saw that the big Galaxies were racing the small European cars over in Europe.
Yep.
And they just look so insane because they're huge, big boats.
Yeah, right.
So I wanted to do something similar and build a big Galaxy that was really good on a racetrack.
I mean, watching the car, you build the car, as I said, I've been doing on Instagram. There are so many little details on this car. There's virtually nothing that has remained untouched, is there?
No, not at all. Everything's been modified, and it's all, the goal is to make it really, really fast and make it legitimate race car, but
Yep.
also be streetable, which is a really hard thing to do, but something that we love.
Oh, absolutely. I think for me, like I asked you how many hours you put into it. It's 7,000.
Yeah.
And the thing is, sometimes somebody will say, oh yeah, 7,000, and go, oh yeah, okay. I'm looking at this going, I can't believe you got all of this work done in 7,000 hours because it's so special.
Appreciate it.
The colour scheme is absolutely incredible. The camo, the inspiration for that?
So we were struggling to figure out a paint that would work. I mean, the car's so radical underneath on a full race car chassis that we wanted something wild on the outside and something to be memorable for our brand. So, but then we started looking at military stuff.
Yep.
Because this is built to be on the racetrack and compete. So we looked at USS Alabama. World War II had camo that was gray and white and diagonal. Right. And so we just basically ripped off their paint job from a battleship.
I love it. I love it. Just lots of little things, like I love the fact that it's got these are like a plexi acrylic.
Yes.
Acrylic window. And we'll look at it when we open the door in a minute, the way the windows go up. Very race car.
Yes.
Very cool, very functional. But just the way that you've done you've got rid of the normal pull door handle, you've put a pull on that, which is super clean. Like just little things like vents down here, vents up here, vents in the hood, then the hood scoop coming down into here. Now, a lot of guys put exhausts down here, and I think your Mustang's got something...
Side exhaust
as well. But what you did here, which caught my eye, check this out. Twin exhaust out of the back, almost inspired by some of the supercars today, I guess.
Right.
Like the Senna and
the 918, the 600 LT. So
yep.
A lot of other manufacturers have done it, and we actually had a hard time figuring out how we were going to route the exhaust, get it back down.
Yeah.
Because the suspension's so complex in this thing. And after struggling with it a little bit, I was like, well, what if we don't bring it back down? What if we just go out of the top right here?
Oh, I just love it.
Worked.
I just love it. I mean, the little details, like it's all open through here, and they look like a couple of Durali oil coolers in the back. So are they both one motor, one trans? Or
one is actually the differential, and then the other one is the fuel cooler.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
you got a fuel cooler on it?
We're chilling the fuel before it goes into the motor.
Now, I want to cut here because I want you to open that trunk because there's a lot of magic that behind the curtain, so to speak.
Right.
Let's have a look in there. Right, well, straight away, tubbed, which is super cool. And then the tubs are part of the actual construction of the chassis, which is also part of the construction of the roll cage.
Right.
And you guys did all of this, right?
All of it in-house. Yeah,
Man.
we fabricated everything from the chassis, headlights to tail. So the only thing that's really Galaxy is the body.
Right.
Sitting on top of this full custom chassis.
Well, it's incredible. I mean, I love this beautiful brushed aluminum or aluminium because it makes it more expensive and more exotic. And just the fuel cell that's in here, and I guess this is adjustment down here for the shocks as well.
Yeah.
Little breather over here, which I guess is part of your is that your diff?
Rear
axle.
Yeah.
And then fuel pump.
Yeah, that's the oil pump.
Oil pump
differential.
Gotcha. Wow. What else is in there that you can tell us about?
You can see kind of right above here, this is connected to the suspension. It's called a decoupled 3-link. So
right.
It allows the rear axle to twist forwards and backwards, controlled, so that you get more traction with acceleration or deceleration.
Oh, that's so cool.
Kind of like wrinkle wall tires.
Yeah.
But for road racing instead.
Oh man, that's amazing. Just love looking down there, seeing the mufflers and everything, like sort of behind what I guess was originally the back seat.
Right.
Now straight away, the other thing I love in here is the holder in the rear shelf for the helmet.
Yes.
That's so because race car.
Yes.
And now we're here. Let's open this beautiful door and have a look at this. The very functional, all the weight taken out of it. How do we wind the window up in this?
Right. So we got this little hoop and a button, a snap. We lift it up, we pull it down, we snap it, and there we go.
Oh, that's just amazing. Well, right, let's have a look on the inside. So, as we're looking under here, really neat looking pedal box, very cool looking machine shifter there, all the functional switch gear, and yet I love, there's the dash, you know, the dashboard still looks, you know, I mean, it's got new gauges in it, but it still looks like that whole original dash.
Yeah, I feel like the car's personality and soul a lot of times is in the dash, the interior.
Totally agree.
And the nose of a car. So
yep.
We try not to mess with the front end too much. We
yep.
try not to mess with the dash too much.
I couldn't agree more. I was saying somebody, we did a car of the week the other day, and one of my issues sometimes is people get all hung up on putting very modern interiors in the car, and same thing with the front as well. And the problem is, within 3 or 4 years, the car still looks classic and the dash looks outdated.
Right.
Because, you know, and it's not like you can go back and change that easily. You want to change the characteristic of the car, do things like the wheels, which you can
sure.
swap up, or a wrap or something like
right,
that.
Right.
I love that you've done it. I love this painted tunnel through here.
Yeah, and you can see how wide the transmission tunnel here is. And
yeah.
That's because the transmission and the motor, they're all above the belly pan. So
wow.
It's a full flat belly pan under the car from the nose to the diffusers in the rear.
That's insane. Absolutely incredible. Well, speaking of the motor, we better have a look under there and check out what's going on under the Magic End. All right, let's talk about what's underneath there. That is all Ford V8.
It is. It's classic. The Galaxies that used to race in Europe were 427 FE motors, so we wanted to stay true to that. This is a Shelby aluminum block 526 FE. Nice. It makes 700 horsepower on 91 octane.
That's so sweet. And running, yeah. And is it an FI Tech or somebody? Is that?
It's a Holley carburetor.
It's a Holley carb in there.
Yeah, and it's the motor's pushed back 10 inches, and then the whole drivetrain's pushed to the right 1 inch to offset the driver's weight. So this car has a 50-50 weight balance, 50-50 cross weight. That's
what I love about your builds. So many people wouldn't go to that level of detail figuring that out.
Right.
And you've like literally moving the drivetrain to counterweight the balance of the driver. That's insane. Just the way you've hidden all of the liquids under these little panels and all of this, and then the bracing and everything. Do you pre-draw all of this, or do you sort of start with pieces and make a bit? How does it come about?
Yeah, the exterior we concept fully in 2D drawings, and then the interior is really based upon building the race chassis on the fabrication table. Basically, we lift the body with a crane, set it on the table, and then build the roll cage and stuff with the body on there.
Yep.
And then take the body back off, fully weld everything, and then put it all back together one last time.
Man, that's incredible. I can see why there's 7,000 hours in it. While we're here too, let's talk about wheels, tyres and brakes. So because you built this as a race car, big brakes, good wheels, good tyres.
Yep. We're using Stop Tech. These are their trophy R brakes, front and rear. Big, massive brakes. It's actually NASCAR splines and spindles, bearings and stuff in it. So those are 5/8 inch lug studs. So it's all like super big, super heavy duty stuff.
Yep.
These are signature wheels. These are our street wheels. So these are 2-piece, 20s in the front, 21s in the rear, 325s all the way around the car.
Wow.
But for our race tires, they're 18s. They're monoblocks. They're lightweight. We run Hoosier 335 square all the way around.
That's so cool. But even for the street tires, you're still running Pilot Sport Cup tires on it. So the thing's obviously going to handle.
Right.
Well, I mean, every angle. I mean, the mirror, gorgeous. The door handles, as I said before. The cutaway. Every single angle on this car is just absolutely breathtaking and very, very well deserved. Heck, I haven't even shown the front end yet. I mean, look at that. The chin on it, everything, like you said, the original grille to keep it looking original, and yet it doesn't. It's like the perfect blend of everything.
Yep. Yeah, I had to go with a teardrop hood because that's classic.
Yes.
Thunderbolt Ford stuff, but you can see it's moved way back to overlap the cowl.
Yeah.
The motor is so far back.
Yep, it's just amazing. Well, mate, as our Car of the Week winner, you get this Meguiar's complete kit, which includes the Hot Shine Foam, Quick Interior Detailer, Perfect Clarity Glass Cleaner, Ultimate Wash and Wax, Hybrid Ceramic Detailer, and Microfiber Towel. You can keep this absolutely spectacular car in the condition it's in. Thank you so much for bringing it, and congratulations.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.